It seems to be your green light to move towards a committed relationship with this person, but the key is that you have to build the emotional intimacy with this person in order to have a healthy committed relationship with them. You cannot just rush and skip over the steps just because you want to be in a committed relationship so badly. So if you do really get to know each other and you build like this bond, this friendship with them, this emotional intimacy with them, and of course like there's passion building as well, and then you get to this commitment, you can really have a beautiful love with this person. So let's take a look at what it looks like if you do kind of follow those steps, what it looks like. Okay, so I do see the world. This is also to me like thinking about bringing that whole triangle together that I talked about in part 1, where it's like passion, intimacy, and commitment all together in the Robert Sternberg like theory triangle of love. And I feel like it's the whole picture then. So that's really what you want. That's what you're after. You want the whole picture. This is a very different way of going about things for you with the Ace of Crystals. I think sometimes you're so focused on locking it down, or maybe you're trying to lock it down because of past hurt, that you are missing that like relationship building is a process. Let's see what else. The Lovers card coming out. I'm getting extra excited because I've been doing a lot of readings lately and have not seen the Lovers card in a minute. So it's interesting. I feel like the fact that the Lovers card came out is also just showing me that like, hey, this can really be the whole picture, and this can be a really, really positive thing for you. It can be a great committed relationship if you build the intimacy like we talked about, okay? But if you just try to like rush and almost like walk away from these like emotional parts of yourself, you're skipping over something that's really important. And I feel like Saturn is gonna come in, because this is Saturn and Pisces. Saturn is gonna come in and be like, that relationship was not built on solid footing, so that's gonna be a no. Okay, what else? And especially because the World is also a Saturn card, so I do feel like maybe this is a lesson based on like your Saturn placements too. I don't know if that's like important for some people watching this reading for some reason, and that's coming up, but I just feel like it's very much about like almost following the rules, so to speak, and like how to build a healthy relationship so that you can have a positive relationship. Something else that's just coming through though is that if this person is just like not working towards building emotional intimacy with you, then you also know you have a choice that then that isn't even a good person to commit to. Okay, so that is something else that's coming through. For some of you, you're going to be able to go towards a healthy commitment, but for some of you, by taking this step back and recognizing like, hey, are we building a healthy emotional intimacy? And if the answer is no, then you don't even need to focus on building commitment with this person. It's almost just like move on from them. Yeah, just like kind of move on to the next. Don't waste any more time with the Wheel of Fortune. The goal is not a committed relationship. The goal is a healthy, loving relationship, right? Commitment comes as part of that. That seems to be a really important message for you. So assuming that it is a healthy connection and there is emotional vulnerability and intimacy and you actually like the person, let's take a look at what the relationship has in store for you. Thank you, Spirit. By the way, my name is Beth, and I do offer personal tarot readings at the link in my bio. I also do go live on TikTok from time to time to offer personal readings then, so make sure you're following me so you don't miss out. Okay, so what I'm getting, I see the Page of Crystals as well as the Hermit card, and I also see the King of Cups on the bottom of the deck. So what I'm getting is that like this can actually really transform the way that you approach relationships, and it's actually going to bring you I think a lot like spiritually closer to somebody, because you have sometimes been doing relationships almost like out of order, where I feel like maybe you want commitment before you allow yourself to have some intimacy. Then, and again, I'm talking about emotional intimacy, right? So physical intimacy, like you should uphold your own boundaries there too. There's going to be like, there should be some level of passion, whether how much you act on that as a whole other story, depending on your commitment. But like, you should be able to have an emotionally intimate connection with somebody before you get committed, or are committed with them. And so what I'm seeing with the Page of Crystals and the Hermit card, I feel like this is guiding you towards a much more like spiritual connection, a higher elevated connection that allows for actually, oh my goodness, look at the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups under there. This is a really great connection for you if you allow for it. So this really does seem to be the lesson. Intimacy before commitment. Emotional intimacy before commitment if you want to have a strong, long-lasting relationship. I hope that helps.